Hello, Jonathan. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Good. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So this is our first time meeting, and I did get some of the notes from your referral. But I just want to ask you, why do you think you're here, or what made you come here?
So I will say I think I'm here. Just gonna be straight up front with you. Like I'm here just because of the fact where I had to because of my job. I want to retain my job, so I'm told I need to seek help for anger management, which I don't think I have. But hey, if more people say I do, so and it's all about keeping my job too. It's a part of one of the requirements that I have to do.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say if other people say you have anger management issues or problems, then you do. How many people are telling you that you may have some problems with your anger?
Just in the workplace, I have several co-workers and peers that say I have a short temper, and although I may not see it, but if a lot of people tell me, can this not be true? And sometimes I do recognize some of my triggers. It's from the past, so I'm here, with the recommendation from work.
Okay, so when you say triggers and your coworker notices, what are they noticing? What kind of triggers are you having?
I'm say so some of the triggers I may have, like if I'm not being heard, or if I'm trying to properly gather my thoughts into be vocal about my opinion and just go completely disregard it. So one of those things where I'm not being heard, and it just sends me down a spiral where I get angry.
Okay. And then if you are angry in the workplace, what are some of the things that you do to relieve your anger?
At first, I would say, before, recognize my triggers, I would say I kind of like lash out and be very passive and be very aggressive verbally. But now I just try to, take a step back, count to like 10, take deep breaths, and just try to, calm myself down. Think more about my actions.
Okay. So I'm glad that you feel like you can now count to 10, think about your actions. That's always great to hear. And I also appreciate how willing you are to share why you're here with me. One thing I wanted to do today is, instead of like diving into triggers and everything on the first meeting, I wanted to make sure we got a chance to know each other.
Okay.
So I do have this kind of, we can call it a game. It's actually called One Thing.
Okay.
And what we would do is take turns, like taking one of the sticky notes off, reading it off like one thing that I like about my life, and then you'll just share what that one thing is.
Okay, gotcha.
Alrighty. So I'll let you go first.
Let's go wheat. Alright. You would like to gain from this session. One thing you would like to gain from this session. Why didn't you answer that? Or let's answer it. One thing I would like to gain from this session will be a broader outlook of what do you think is causing or the result of me having to be in this session. Learn more about myself. It's one thing I'm looking to gain.
Okay. So what's one thing you love about yourself? So one thing that I love about myself is my ability to get up every morning, come into work, and just be intentional about my day.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I love about myself.
One thing you look forward to in the future. One thing I look forward to in the future is, I would say I would look forward to just growth in general. Growth in my family, and just growth in myself, whether it be personal, professional, as well as even emotionally and mentally. Just that growth, just give you something to look forward to. This is one thing I'm most looking forward to in the future.
Okay. And when you say growth in your personal and professional, what ways are you looking to grow professionally?
Professionally, that's more taking on newer responsibilities at work. You know, just being able to enhance my current skill set and expand upon them. Just to get that 1% better each day.
Okay. And where are you working again?
I'm currently working for Nike in the DC.
Okay, nice. Alrighty. So, and then personally, what ways are you looking to grow personally?
I'm on this big health journey now, so as far as learning more about the body and how does the body work, as far as like my intake, you know, what to help me sustain great life as well as being able to live longer.
Okay. Great. Alrighty. So mine says one thing that makes me happy. Alright, so one thing that makes me happy is again just being able to be at work, be here with my clients, being able to have a rapport and build that rapport. So
okay, if you don't mind me asking, outside of just work, not just your personal career, because I know you said that about the last one, what do you find enjoyment that makes you happy? It's not work related.
okay. Something that's not work related, I would say movies.
Okay.
Yeah, like funny movies. You ever watched any funny movies or have a favorite one?
I want to say probably a funny movie is probably like Rush Hour 2.
Okay.
Pretty decent movie.
I like Rush Hour too. It was funny.
Okay. Let's go with. I haven't picked up pink yet. Let's go with pink. All right. One thing. Scream at when you're angry. One thing I scream at when I'm angry? Let's see. I wouldn't say I necessarily scream, but if anything, to answer this question, I would say I would probably maybe just scream inside my head about the situation, just vent to myself, and just not do it out loud. Do it out loud.
Okay. Any particular situations that you usually scream in your head about?
None come to mind right now, but just being more methodical about my words. You know, words can also have an effect on people, and words can cause situations. So usually just internalize my screams. You know, just think about the whole entire situation and take a step back from it. You know, when I'm angry.
So if you do internalize your screams right now, what would it look like if you externalize it?
Again, that probably go back to the situation where just lashing out at people. You know, just being not thinking about the action or the consequences that can potentially come about, hurtful words, or escalating situation with words.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And when you feel escalated, are you still using, or before you were using the counting from 1 to 10, what did you do before?
Just not thinking at all, not being aware of the action, the consequence that came behind my actions, and just didn't have a filter, which allows for certain type of confrontations and one-on-ones.
Okay, so mine says, what's one thing I changed about my life?
Okay.
I would say I would like to win the lottery. Yeah, everybody
wants to win the lottery. It's kind of like the American dream.
Pretty much, yeah.
But see, even with people don't know what the lottery is about, just all the different things that come behind it, as far as have come into that much money would be like, everybody feel like they're entitled to something because they've been in your life or they've done something for you. And they feel like they should be well compensated. And that can drive a wedge in between people.
Right. Do you have family members who are kind of feeling entitled to the things that you have now, or?
I wouldn't say things I have now, but if I was to ever come into a lump sum of money, I felt like just because of their blood and family, and they may not be doing as well as I am currently with winning the lottery, they would feel entitled because of the fact that, you know, we do share the same blood, and they're like, why not help me out?
Okay. And if they were to say that, why not help me out, what would your response be?
My response would be to test them in a way to where I feel like they are worthy of such actions. Just maybe like paying up rent for a year or paying off the car. Because if I'm taking care of one of your necessary bills for the entire year that you have to pay each month, let me see what you're gonna do and what are you gonna do with the excess money now that you don't have to pay it at all.
Yeah, sure.
So, you know, that'll just test your worthiness about, okay, if you manage this, you should have a savings. If you take rent from anyone, it's a bare minimum of what, maybe 10,000, 12,000, just depends on what the rent is for an entire year.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so, okay, what did you do with that? Did you just blow it? Do you have a savings? Do you have anything substantial to show for me taking this burden off you?